Going in 3, 2, 1. Yo, what's up, PML fans? It's me, ZephyrXC, coach of your Rome Braviary, and I'm here today with my draft overview. Let's dive right into it, shall we? So our first Mon, round 1, looking for something super versatile, and what better versatility than Mew. Mew is a phenomenal Pokemon, a mythical legendary with base 100 stats across the board. It gets access to every TM move in the game. Just look at this. Look at this list that I scrolled down here. Look at all that. Oh my, dude. That's everything I could ever want in a Pokemon, honestly. It's so good. When you want to face a certain Mon on your opponent's team, then you can prepare for it with this Mon alone. This Mon is so phenomenal in this format. It is honestly probably top 3 in the format. Definitely, I'd say. Or out there with Victini and stuff. It's like you can baton pass stuff with it, you can baton pass stats, you get ridiculous coverage. You get priority actually with like sucker punch and stuff. You want to go some awesome set with like physical Mew, but there, of course, there's always stuff like Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, Signal Beam, just basically every attack in the game. You know, if you're feeling like you want every attack in the game, well, this is the Mon for you. All right, so next in the pick, I was not actually expecting to get this Pokemon, but it actually fell to me in the second round, and I was so thrilled to get it on my team. That Mon is Mega Scizor. Mega Scizor is a monster of a physical attacker. Base 150 attack. That with Technician Bullet Punch makes it base 60 power with 150 priority. Oh man, make this thing adamant. Oh, that's we're hitting 433, 438. My bad. That's crazy. But even better yet about this Mon is you can run defensive and hit some crazy defense. Super bulky. Amazing steel type. Good move pool overall with some nice utility in there. U-turn's nice to get momentum into things. You get knockoff for Mons you want to get rid of their item. You get fun things like and you get defog on this too, so you can run defog on Mew or Scizor. They're both very good defoggers. The point of this draft was to free up Mew, make sure Mew has enough support on this team to where it can really shine. I want Mew to be the all-star of my team, MVP. So I'm trying to do that with this team. Alright, so my next pick was up, right? And I wasn't really exactly sure what I wanted to get at this point, but I was looking around and I thought, alright, I already have a steel type. Let's go Dragon Fairy Steel Core. So I thought, what's the best fairy or steel type? Not steel type. Best fairy or dragon types to the left. So I saw multiple fairies, multiple dragons, and I thought, man, you know what's really awesome? Salamence. Salamence is phenomenal. Salamence is just the coolest like dragon I could ask for this team. It gets things like obviously Outrage, Dragon Claw, Dragon Dance. It's a phenomenal Dragon Dance sweeper. It's so good, and with abilities like Intimidate to switch on physical attackers, or Moxie to get that extra attack after you've gotten a kill, it can just snowball out of control and sweep entire teams just like that. It's so good, and I'm so excited to have it. It also gets defog and some fun support moves like Tailwind, Wish. You can just run Wish, Protect, Intimidate, Fizz Def. It actually is decently viable, especially in this format where you can prepare for stuff. Now, granted, Scizor and Salamence both do have glaring 4x weaknesses that I need to patch up later on in the draft. But together, I feel they patch up each other's weaknesses just a little bit. But I will definitely clean that up later in the draft with a nice bulky water. Alright, so the 4th round came around. Alright. And I'm sitting here like, oh man, I got 2 Mons I really want. So I got Whimsicott on the board, which would complete my Dragon Fairy Steel Core. And I got Jolteon there, which is just Jolteon in this format is so good. It's so devastating. But I thought, okay, I need to prioritize here. I need to get my Dragon Fairy Steel Core finished, so let's go with Whimsicott. So I grab Whimsicott. Now, at first look, alright, its stats are not impressive. You got 116 speed, that's about all it has going for it. Otherwise, it's mediocre stats across the board. But surprisingly, not surprisingly, but it has the ability Prankster, but it has a surprising amount of utility that will benefit Salamence, Scizor, and Mew so much. I can encore people into certain move and encore ones into certain moves, so Salamence or Scizor can set up. I could Memento, so Salamence can set up, or Scizor can set up, obviously. I can, what is my, Leech Seed, if I want to just sub-Leech Seed everything. I can throw in Stun Spore to paralyze stuff, make it easier from other mons. Tailwind support for anything slow, like Scizor, which could use a nice speed, some nice speed into it. Also U-turn, so U-turn cool right there with Scizor. And I guess stuff like Switcheroo, Taunt, all this stuff, all these non-attacking moves, priority obviously. It's so good, and with look, it has 77 special attack, but that 77 special attack hits really hard with Stab, 90 base power, Moonblast. Like, you do not expect how hard this thing's gonna hit you until it does. With Life Orb, oh man, it does a sizable amount of damage, let me tell you. Alright, so next round around. So earlier I was thinking, oh man, Whimsicott or Jolteon, which one do I get? Which one do I get? Turns out, apparently, people were sleeping on Jolteon because I was able to pick that bad boy up in the 5th round, somehow. Alright, so Jolteon, it's got amazing speed, blistering 130 speed stat, hitting, I believe, yeah, 394 speed, alright, and with 319 special attack, non-boosting nature, obviously. But slap a Life Orb on that bad boy, and it hits like a truck, or even Specs, too. But, like, okay, look at this move pool. That's a pathetic move pool, no joke. Like, even these things out here aren't that useful. Even though they can't be, in the right situation, obviously. But all this thing really needs is Thunderbolt. All it needs is Thunderbolt. Whatever coverage move you need, whether it be Shadow Ball or Signal Beam. So we'll just go Shadow Ball. And then a hidden power of your type. Any hidden power you want on your opponent's team that is weak to. So say I'm facing down, I don't know, a regular Scizor. I can slap on HP Fire, Outspeed, and do a hell of a lot of damage to the thing, if not kill it. And then Volt Switch. And just that set alone is so unbelievably effective in this format that I can't just pass up on this. And this give me such nice speed. Whimsicott and Jolteon give me such nice speed that I can't pass up on it, given that these mons are not exactly the fastest things in the world. While these have 100, Mew and Salamence have 100, that's not exactly what I'm looking for. So these two give me a nice speed tier. I really am happy to be able to reach. Alright, next. Round 6 comes around. We're looking dipping down into tier 4s and stuff. People are starting to dip down to tier 4. So I think, man, I need to patch up this ice weakness and this fire weakness real fast. I gotta get something to patch that up, and what better to patch that up with not only a bulky water type, but also an amazing spin blocker in Jellicent. Jellicent is so underrated. This thing is so damn bulky, let me tell you, with also a phenomenal typing, by the way. 100 base HP and 105 special defense allow this thing to take most any special attack. And I was running some calcs earlier today, and with the right coverage, this thing can take some insane hits very well. Super effective hits from base 100 mons, base 100 and higher special attack mons, and takes them fine, 50% maybe. Which I get it, it's okay. It's okay. It's good. For tier 4, it's phenomenal. And with something like, I don't know, lefties, it gets access to Hex, Scald, the best move in the game, am I right? Hashtag Team Scald. In Will-O-Wisp, I can cripple physical attackers. So not only does this thing is a reliable answer to special attackers, it can also burn the physical attackers to become an answer to them as well. Also, it gets reliable recovery with Recover. And those attributes together, this set right here, makes this Mon insanely good in this format. Insane. And then, kind of moved on to our next pick, our 7th round pick. And when this round came around, I thought, okay, I now have a grass type, and I have a water type, so I'm looking for a grass, fire, water core, alright? But I think, man, do I really want to use Whimsicott in 2 separate cores when I could go for another amazing Mon down here that also has access to Stealth Rocks and can take the pressure to Stealth Rock off of Mew? So I've thought about it for a while, and I decided, okay, I'm going to go with Cradily. Cradily is surprisingly bulky. It has a decent defensive typing with access to Stealth Rocks and the ability Storm Drain, which will give me another water switch in. So for later picks that I'll have that'll be weak to Scald and stuff, switch into this too, as well as Jellicent. But yeah, this thing gets some nice coverage. It gets Edgequake. Yeah, it gets Edgequake. It gets Stealth Rocks. It gets the nice poison coverage, catch them fairies off guard. I know, it's that monstrous 81 special attack, I know. But still, it's gonna hurt a little bit. And man, this skin gets toxic. Gets synthesis for recovery. I don't know if it gets. I think it gets recover, so I don't even use this. Yeah, recover. It gets recover. My bad. And yeah, this thing is really reliable, and I love to have a nice reliable rocker on my team. Something with I wanted another grass type in order to complete a new Firewater grass core that could actually take a hit, unlike Whimsicott, because Whimsicott's not that bulky. I'm only using it there as a answer to certain dragon types, and also a way to set up with mints and other things. But I think that Cradle here is a reliable answer to a lot of threats in this format. So next, I had 2/3 of my new Fire Water Grass Core, and I thought, okay, I need a Fire type, and I didn't have that many points left, so I had to look down to Tier 5, and I thought, man, what Fire types could be in Tier 5? I thought, surely nothing good, and then I saw this monster, and I'm like, how's it down here? Why is it not Tier 4? But nevertheless, my boy, Magmortar, shaboy, with 125 special attack, stab, oh, sorry, I'm doing this wrong. Nice. Fire Blast, my bad, that's what it's called. I'm smart, I promise. And awesome coverage moves, like Thunderbolt, and utility like Will-O-Wisp. I just feel that this, and Focus Blast too, so that's nice. And Earthquake if I want to catch, come at me, Heat Train, come on. Fighting, physical fighting too, I could go physical, 95 attack, yeah, don't mind if I do. I can do that. Clear Smog to get rid of stat changes and stuff. Flame Body, an amazing ability. Vital Spirit if I'm playing against like an Amogus or something. Cough, cough, Biddle, cough, cough. That'd be nice. Let's see. That's about it. I mean, there's Mach Punch priority, that powerful non-stab boosted Mach Punch. I know, I'm kidding. But like, it can be decent against stuff like, Weavile and stuff. Sneasel. Taunt, which is nice utility substitute. It's good. Overheat if I really want to do some stuff, but with Fire Blast I don't really see why I do that. But yeah, that's pretty much Magmortar. Its job is just to come in, click a fire move, and just nuke something. That's his main goal of Magmortar. Next up, I had to have a tier 6. I didn't have many tier 6s I wanted, and people are questioning this pick actually a lot. People are like, oh, why you pick this? You already have 2 grass types. Well, I think Leaveney is... I don't even know if I'd count this thing as a grass type, dude. This thing, while having seemingly respectable bulk, has a awful typing. The only reason I have this thing is because A, if I wanted to go for some awesome chlorophyll sweep with this, I could. And B, I can agility baton pass, sword stance baton pass, but most importantly, it gets access to one move I really wanted. Sticky Web. Sticky Web is really nice, especially when you know your opponent's team. So if I see a guy who only has one form of hazard removal and a lot of grounded mons on his team, I can slap Sticky Web on this thing as a suicide lead, maybe hit off a Leaf Storm before I die or something, and then just profit with my slower mons that aren't necessarily like base 100s like Salamence and Mew and even Scizor can now put in massive work against mons that are now slower than them because of the Sticky Webs, and that's where I think Leaveney shines, really. Now, as a tier 6, it's obviously just a value pick. It has some nice niches in this format, I think, and that's enough for me to pick it, not to mention there wasn't much else down there. But now we come into my favorite part of the entire draft. Alright. At this point, everyone else has spent almost all their points, their free points, on other mons, on their tier 3s, tier 2s, and stuff, but I'm still sitting here with 220 points, and that alone is enough to pick up 1 tier 1 and 1 tier 5, alright? So I'm tossing around the ideas in my head. I'm tossing around Terrakion and Weezing. I'm tossing around so many different things, like Raikou and stuff, but not Raikou, actually. That was before. I was thinking about Raikou before I even got Jolteon. I kind of like Raikou. But I was looking at different things, and I'm like, man, you know what I want? Another rocker, dude. And you know what's good? Hippowdon, dude. So, I planned... Well, actually, I got Hippowdon last round, but we'll pretend I got it this round. So I get Hippowdon, dude. Hippowdon is so physically bulky. It's not even... Like, this thing takes hits for days on the physical side, and surprisingly well on the special defensive side, too. Granted, because of its awesome 420 HP. Am I right, guys? Blaze it. But my boy, Motto, shout out to Miguel, dude. Shout out to Miguel. Right here can do so much for me. Not only does it give me a reliable stealth rocker, it gets access, well, obviously it's Earthquake, with a base 112 attack. Yeah, you better be watching out. That's going to hurt a lot from a wall, right? This wall hits hard. Ice Fang, nice coverage for the 4x weaknesses. Iron Head for fairies, dude. Stone Edge for flying types. Super Power for dark types and rock types and stuff. Well, I already have Earthquake. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Fire Fang for the 4x fire weaknesses. Scizor, better watch out. Crunch for, like, ghost types. I can also, let's see, Roar and Whirlwind are really nice to have, because I can phase out sweepers, set up sweepers. Let's see if I can think anything interesting in here. Fisher's Band, that's no fun. Hashtag free one-hit KO moves. Let's see. Some nice Mud Slap. Ooh, better watch out. Lower accuracy, it's over. Swagger. You already know we bring in Swagger. We stay bringing Swagger. Thunderfang and Yawn. Yawn is actually really good. Yawn's really surprisingly good on this thing. So, now I got this sand. This nice, beautiful sand on my team. And I gotta get a tier 5. So what better to take care of sand sitting in tier 5, an amazing value pick, my boy Waffles, the Stoutland. Alright, Stoutland is a threat with a capital T-H-R-E-A-T, threat. Alright, look at this. Adamant, banded boy, band. Yo, this thing in sand hits like a truck and will outspeed your entire team and will two-shot your entire team if you don't have a resist. And even if you do have a resist, this thing is superpower. Iron Head, Play Rough, Ice Fang, this thing, Fire Fang, Crunch. Yo, look at this. Special Stoutland incoming. Look at that. Powerful base 45 special attack. You already know we're packing Thunderbolt on this thing. Nice and Shadow Ball. I'm kidding about this special, guys. Pursuit's nice. Pursuit is nice. I can also run a fun defensive set with Roar and Intimidate. That's also a nice pick. Scrappy if I wanted to hit ghost types. If I was running like a Scarf or something. Wild Charge, hit bulky waters. Toxic if I want to wear down a wall that actually like comes in and like stops me like a rock type, and Superpower would do nothing, saying it's like super like physically defensive rock type. I just slap Toxic on it and just Toxic that bad boy. Or better yet, if it's 4x weak to water, just slap on a Surf. Am I right? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It'll do like 50, I think. This thing has like no special attack. I like how this thing. Nice thing I noticed. This thing has Intimidate and Baby Doll Eyes, which I know is probably like the worst. Like it doesn't sound good, but like I can imagine that'd be kind of fun. Not gonna lie. So we'll see where that goes. Yeah, that's about it actually. I mean, like powerful Rock Smash. Am I right, guys? Work Up. Yo, Work Up. I'll take it. Thunderfang. Nice. Come at me, Gyarados. But this, I feel that Stoutland is probably the best value pick in Tier 5, especially given that I have a Sand Setter. This thing, essentially, I'd say it's worth at least, like, alright, well, look. Standard Stoutland's not worth anything, but Stoutland with Sand is worth at least Tier 3. This thing can sweep so many teams that are unsuspecting of it. They think, oh, that's his Tier 5. Oh, not that big of a deal. He won't break Tier 5. But most teams only pack 1 or 2 resistances to this thing. It's actually insane. It's going to be a monster this year. I promise you. It will pull a sweep off this year. That I can promise for sure. And that's the Roam Braviary, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll link some other people's draft overviews down below in the description who posted it on their regular channel but not on the PML channel. And yeah, thank you all for watching so much.